myself all set up. Let me switch my tablet on. Hopefully you're not swinging too much. I tried to not zoom in very much. Oh, very nice, Vicky. Hot in Brisbane, is it? Lucky you. Lucky you. It's actually horrible here. It's drizzly and cold and nasty here in the UK. Well, in Birmingham, certainly. It's starting to brighten up a little bit now, but not a great deal. But, yeah, it's actually drizzly as anything. Sorry if it's swinging a little bit. I'm trying not to touch the camera. Right, let's have a look. Ah, Marianne, you've got a very wet Netherlands. Yes, we have a wet UK. Laurie, you've got perfect weather in Western New York. Well, I'm glad for you. I wish we had some perfect. Can you send some this way, please? Hi, Sandra. I expect it's wet in Scunthorpe as well, is it? Probably. Hi, Beth. Hi, Shelley. Hi, Anne. Oh, where you live, it's dry, Anne. That's good then. Hi, Liz. Hi, everybody. Right, let me just quickly. Let me just see. Yeah, no, actually, no, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave. You can see my ink pad at the top there, but it's fine. I'd rather have it. This is an okay amount of zooming, so I'm not going to touch it. Even though it's a little bit too far back and you can see a bit of my clutter, it's not too bad. So I'm going to leave it there because I think otherwise I'm going to end up in troubles and we don't want that. So yeah, let's just change my, what's in my jigs? You got sunny in Scunthorpe. Oh, lucky you. Your hubby's gone golfing. Fabulous. I have to say, it started off sunny here and then it got very dark and very wet. So yeah. Hi, Elaine. Hi, Ali as well. So yeah, so we've had. I mean, yesterday I couldn't believe yesterday morning. It started off like first thing as I was about to getting up and whatever. It was lovely and sunny, and then when we got in the car to go and do school run, it suddenly got very dark, and then it absolutely threw it down. The term "raining cats and dogs," it literally was torrential. I was like, wow. I mean, the raindrops were huge. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. And then it cleared up and then it was lovely and sunny for the rest of the day, which was very weird. But anyway, there we go. Hi, Cindy. It's cold, is it, in North Carolina? Yeah. Yes. Oh, my goodness gracious. This weather, honestly. We have different things, don't we? But I was going to wait for a few more to join. I was a bit late again putting the post up. I was hoping to be all nice and fancy today with my live streaming, and I was hoping to have like a live streaming software to use. But I spent 2 hours, 2 very long hours yesterday trying to use a live streaming software, only to realise 2 hours later that I can't actually do what I want to do on it. So we're back to the normal way that I normally do it, I'm afraid. Very sorry. So yeah, that's what we've got. But never mind. So today I'm going to make a card, and it's something that I haven't done before. It's a new fold. Somebody else might have done it, but I haven't seen it. I was looking up trifold cards, and I saw this trifold card, and yeah, and I thought, oh, that looks interesting. So I kind of made what I thought it was, and it actually isn't. This is actually not what I thought. It is not actually how it should be. But anyway, so yeah. Just going to wait for a few more to join. There's only 10 of us, not very many. We've peaked at 40 something before. Might just be because I put it up late. I did put it up late, and I'm sorry about that. It's all been very, very busy. Even this morning, I've been rushing around like a madwoman trying to get myself organised. So, yes. Right, let's just quickly do a few housekeeping bits while I'm here. I don't know if my chat's just not keeping up, or if people are having problems with the chat, or I don't know. Anyway. So I am going to be doing, from Monday next week, I'm going to be doing the 12 days of Christmas. And so what I'm going to try and do is 25 showing on your feed. Okay, yeah, I've not got as many then. Let me, it says 10 on mine. Interesting. I don't know why. Let me see if I can get the chat back up again. Chat. Oh, it says 26 now. There we go. Right, I've just missed a whole lot of people, I think. Oh, there we go. It's right. I've just refreshed it on my tablet, and it's weird actually because it says, yeah, I don't know. My tablet's messed up. Don't worry. Don't worry. it's refreshed on one part and not on the other, so it doesn't matter, we'll just carry on. Anyway, so from Monday I'm going to try and do the 12 Days of Christmas series. So some of the videos will be pre-records, some of them will be live. The Tuesdays will definitely be live because I always do a live on Tuesday anyway. The others, I'm not sure yet, because I was hoping to get the Livestream software working, so then I could make, you know, I could be professional and it all look wonderful. But I can't. So because I can't, I don't know how many I'm going to do live. So definitely the Tuesdays, and then the Thursday, the Saturday, Sunday are definitely not going to be live. They're going to be pre-recorded. So we'll see. We'll just have to see as we go. If I do a live, it'll be not as much chat, because I want to do it so that then people who don't like live streams can just tune straight in, watch it like a tutorial, and then that's that. So I might well do a video. I'm not sure. We'll see. We will see. Hi, Pat in Alabama and Alison in Maryland. Hello, hello. Right, so I thought I'd revisit these Craft Stash products again, because I've only really made, when we did that hop, that was the only time I used them, because I've had so many other things to do with the Coco Studio, In Love Art Shop, my own papers, DRK Crafts, etc, etc. So it's all a bit like, I'm just, yeah, a bit swamped, I think. And with it being Christmas, we have a Christmas play on at our church, and so I'm helping to do the scenery for it. Plus, I'm supposed to be maybe in it, which I don't really want. I don't know if I want to be in it or not. And so, yeah. So I'm a bit snowed under, just a little bit. So I just thought, for this live stream, let's do the Craft Stash thing again. So the links for these products, for all the products that I was sent, is in the description below. So have a look. And if you click on those links, that takes you through to Craft Stash, and then I get a little bit of commission, tiny bit of commission, just for everything, you know, if you buy something. So please do click on the link. It really, really helps me out. So this is the, right, we're going to use, I'm going to show you the card in a minute. I'm going to be using this pack here with the dies and stamps. And as you probably know, I don't really use stamps that often. And the reason I don't use stamps very often is because then I have to colour them in. And I'm like, I really don't have time to colour them in. So today I've worked out, I managed to find a Jennifer Maguire technique of how to colour in parts of them without it taking 7 billion years. So that kind of helped. This one I went off piste a bit and took 7 billion years, and even though I didn't end up actually colouring them all in, I've kind of coloured part of them in, but I did struggle, and I've got lots of flowers off camera that I didn't actually use because I've made a mess of them. But anyway, so that's that. And then we've got, I'm going to be using, that's all the pack of that one. I'm going to be using the Perfect Colours card pack. And I'm also going to be using this A6 stamp and die set, because I've decided I'm going to use the word love and then going to make the word with using up some of the other letters in some of the other words. So that's what I thought I might do. So let's have a look at the card. So the card that we're doing, and I need you guys to think of a name for me. So this is the card, and when you open it up, it looks like that. So if I can kind of open it, and so it's kind of like that. Hi Beth. Yes please, that's thank you. So I don't know how well you can see that. Let me just, yeah, I don't know how well you can see that. So if I just open this up, let me switch my light on. I feel like I need a bit more light. So if I open it up properly, you'll see. In fact, let me open it from the bottom. Can you see at the bottom? You've got this bit here. If you wanted to, you could make this shorter. And I did originally make that shorter. But then I decided I quite like it like that. Because when you actually see it, it's very difficult on camera to show you properly. But this stands up a little bit from the back. So it gives an sort of it makes it look like it's got pads behind it. And then you've kind of got a bit, again, a bit of a gap between this layer and this layer. And if you wanted to, you could put something in there. I've just stuck my flowers in there, but you could just really go to town. So there's all different things you could do with this. So I need an idea of what we're going to call it. So that's the best view of what it actually looks like. Okay, so from here you can't really see it that well because the way I've decorated it, and also on camera it doesn't look like it does in person. But yeah, give me some ideas of what you think this should be called. I don't know. So on this one, what I've done is I've used the pattern papers, which came with in one of the packs. So you had a pack with the pattern papers, And then they also came, oh, she grabbed it quickly, with these sentiments, that's the word, with these sentiments as well. As you can see, I've used parts of them. So I used the orangey floral one, and I used one of these little tiny sentiments. So that is that. So yeah, and then the dies, I used, this was a peacock die from, I think it was in Love Art Shop, and then these are from Coca Rosa Studio. So obviously iced images in one word for in Love Art Shop, and Ice 20 for Coca Rosa Studio. And then the card I've used, this is like a pink sparkle print from Paper Mill Direct, and this is a pink pearlized card also from Paper Mill Direct. And then I've just heat embossed, I don't know if you can see, I've just heat embossed my flowers, and then I just coloured in, I actually used like a highlighter pen to colour them in. I did do them on other colours as well. I stamped them on other coloured card. So I stamped them on orange because I'm going to have like 3 colours. I was going to have like an orange, like a pink, and then like that kind of autumny yellow. But then when I coloured the flowers in, I was like, nope, that's not working for me. This is just not working. So we've abandoned those and we've just gone with the yellowy colour. A floating floaty float card. Yes, that may well stick. Sally Joe, the Zig Zag V-Card. Oh, that's quite a good Zig Zag V-Card. I think Zig Zag V-Card. Any more suggestions? I'm liking Zig Zag. I like floaty float. I can't say it. That's the problem with it. I can't say it. But I like the Zig Zag card. So let me write that down. Where's my pencil gone? There it is. Zig Zag V-Card. Zig Zag V-Card. I have to write it down because my brain is not working. And then you've got space on the back to write. So that's the idea. So for today's card, I've gone a bit different with the colours, but I thought, so this is what I did originally. So I originally stamped them all, and I stamped them onto white. I stamped them onto white, and then what I've done, and that purple's a bit too dark, but I think in amongst everything else, we might be okay. And then I found a Jennifer Maguire tip of how to colour it in without it taking 7 years. So what she did was she actually used a stamping platform, and I'll see if I can show you. I'm not going to do it because I've spent ages cutting all those out. But she actually took her stamp. So you see I've stamped it here. She stamped a stamp, obviously, and did all of the, all the whatever flowers she wanted. Hers were actually on a card, not cut out, but I just did them as a, And then before I cut them out, then what I did was I actually then stamped this whole stamp again, but onto some funky foam. And I just used this green, just found a little offcut of funky foam. So I stamped it, and I just made sure that centre flower was stamped. And then she says reaching for the stamps. There we go. So this here is my flower. If I peel this off, you'll see. So there's my flower that I stamped onto funky foam. And then what I did was I just put a little bit of like self-adhesive on it. This roller, the roller tape, this one. Put a little bit of that on the back. And then I went ahead and you position that. So say you've got your bit of card in place. You position this onto the top of your flower that you've already pre-stamped. Shut your door like that, ink that up with ink, and then stamp it, and it perfectly makes that whole flower the colour you want it to be. So I was really impressed with that. I thought it was such a good idea. So yeah, so that is what I did for quick colouring in. So if like me, you're not particularly keen on colouring stamps in because you really don't have time, you never know what colour to pick, whatever colour you pick ends up being the wrong colour and it all just ends up a bit of a shambles, then that might be a solution for you. So yeah, so I've done these. This was also one that I tried, but I'm not so sure I like the lilac with the pink. I do, but I don't. Yeah, I'm probably not going to use it. I'll probably just keep it to the middle ones. The other thing as well I discovered was this one, because this one came out really dark. So then what I did was I inked it up, but I like that colour. I inked it up and then I stamped it onto some scrap paper and then moved the scrap paper out of the way, put my stamped image back in again and stamped it again. So I ended up with lighter and lighter versions of it, and so that helped as well. So yeah, So that is what I did, and I just kept it with like lilac and pink. I used these memento ones. I've got a sweet plum and a something else. I'm not sure what the other one was. They were given to me, so from my friend. And then this is the with love. So that's the word love cut out of those dies that I showed you, the word dies. And then the word with, I used an M and I've turned it upside down. And then I've used the I from inspiration and the TH that are joined together from strength. And so I thought then I can put together a with. So that was my plan for that. So we really are winging it here. Right, so let's start with what we need in regards to cards. Okay, so I'm a bit blocked up today, don't know why. Let me get my scoreboard out. So you're going to need one big base piece. If you can hear banging, it's my next door neighbours, so just ignore it. One big base piece that's 7 inches by 10.5. And on this, you're going to score 5 inches and then at 10. You don't need to score all the way down from top to bottom, but I am just because it's easier. So that's that. And then you want another piece that is 3 by 8.25. If you've got 8.5 inch length cardstock, use that. But if you're in the UK and using A4, then you can go for 8.25. And on this one, you're going to score it at 4 inches and at 8 inches. There we go. So that's going to be your little tab, and it is a very small tab, but it's still better than nothing. 1/4 inch is okay. Right, so then if we bring our big card base back in again, just turn it over. You're going to fold along your halfway line, so you're going to make it like a card blank. So that's your 5 inch length. So fold along your card, your 5 inch length. And then if you take your ruler, so this is where your tab is. This is the bottom of my card. This is the front. So this is the front bit has the tab on it. You're going to measure up. And again, with this, you can change this. You can change this and you can change up the size of the other piece. If you want this to be higher, you can. So I've measured up 2 inches. So I'm going to measure up 2 inches there. And just along this bottom here, just so I know where 2 inches is. And then I'm going to open it up and we're going to cut that little section off. Where's Mike? There it is. God, I've suddenly come over all blocked up. Right, so we're going to cut from that centre score line across the front, and we're literally going to cut that top square bit out. So all this bit's going to disappear. Now, when you're cutting up the score line, I would go on the left-hand side of the score line, just like, you know, just over it. Can't see what I'm doing. Let me just grab a pencil and just put that in so I can see it. And then you want to just, yeah, cut down there and cut in the score line off. There we go. And then I'm just going to cut like that. So that whole piece you're going to remove. You don't need that bit. And then if you want to, you can notch your edges. I'm probably not going to. I mean, I could, but probably not going to. I'm just going to fold it over like that. Now, before we start sticking everything together, we have to stick some bits in. So I'm going to fold this. Let's fold up our small piece. So I'm going to fold the tab back as a mountain, and this is going to be a valley. So you kind of got like a trifold kind of a look. Let's fold that in. Dear, got fog in my throat. My nose is all blocked up. I don't know what's going on. Right, so then what we want to do, the first bit is we want to stick this onto here. Now, on my original card, I've actually stuck it because I forgot that you need to stick this bit on first. So I ended up sticking the back panel in and then being like, oh, hang on a second. I'm supposed to be sticking that behind the back panel. So I ended up having to stick it on the back. And I'd prefer not to do that because it goes round. Hi, Teresa. Don't worry. It goes round and then it just kind of bows, makes everything else bow. So I think you're better off, if you can, sticking it now. So you're going to have to kind of half decorate, half stick together, basically. So we're going to use, I'm actually going to use, I'm going to use red tape. Yeah, I'm going to use red tape. I was going to use glue, but I'm going to use red tape because I want to make sure it sticks straight away. I don't really need wiggle room. So I'm going to put red tape on the top of that tab. And again, if you're sticking it now, then that is where you're sticking your tape. So there. But if you forget, you need to stick your tape on the other side. So that's something else you need to remember. Right, let me grab my pin so I can take the backing off. So in fact, actually, let me just notch this now. Don't need to notch it, but I'm going to just because I feel like I should. So let's just notch it. There we go. That's notched. And then I'm then going to take the backing off. And then you want to fold your tab over. And you're going to stick it to the very end of your, against that cut edge. And make sure as well it's married up along here, because otherwise you could end up with it all off on an angle. Right, let me have a quick drink because I'm getting a rough throat and I'm bunged up. I'm not having any illness, I'm sorry. That is not happening. There we go. Right. So now we've done that, what we want to do now is put this panel in. So you kind of want to do a bit of decorating and a bit of constructing, because otherwise it gets a bit tricky to stick certain pieces in. So in total, you're going to need 2 matte pieces that are 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, 1 pattern that's 4.5 by 6.5, and 1 white that's 4.5 by 6.5. So I'm going to go ahead, and what I did was I took this is the pink paper from the pack, lots of P's, and I embossed it using a embossing folder that I'd had from X-Cut from years ago, and it was big enough. So I thought, yeah, we'll use that. And it just gives you a bit of pattern, but without being too much. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that on. And the reason I went for that black matte, I just thought with the black, because I've kind of gone black and white with the stamp, I thought if I go black then with the matte, it kind of makes the flowers pop a little bit more. And I also quite like the idea of the flowers not being fully coloured in. Although I have to say, if somebody knew what they were doing and they coloured them in fully, it would look amazing. But anyway, we're winging it. We're going with what I can do. I can colour in it. Like if someone chose the colours for me and said, here you go, I could probably do a semi-decent job. But yeah, because the other thing as well is you have to be able to see quite well. And I'm kind of at the point where I kind of need new glasses. And so my sight is not the best. So trying to colour in tiny little flowers really isn't happening. Really going to struggle with that. So yeah. I do quite enjoy colouring in when I actually do it, if I have the time to do it. But normally I don't have the time. So, right, let's stick this into here. Like that. Okay, so now the other bit that we kind of need to stick in before, oh, actually we can't do it before, we'll do it after. Okay. So before we do any more, let's do these 2 pieces here. And again, if you want to mix up your... oh, actually, let me do the back of this. Hang on. I'm jumping ahead. I'm jumping ahead. My craft class, I always tell them off for jumping ahead. And I am jumping ahead. So let me just stick my white piece onto my mat and stick that onto the back, because that's best to do that now because it's flat. So let's just quickly do that. Oh, don't fall off, Mr. Glue, please. I feel like it might descend in a minute. Right, there we go. I should really stamp this, but I think I'm just going to stick a greeting on because I'm not quite sure what I'm doing with this yet. I'm not sure if I'm doing birthday. I'm not sure if I'm doing a thank you or with love. We seem to have police helicopters buzzing over the area, so that's good. Don't you just love it? Right, let's stick this on the back. How is everybody doing with their Christmas shopping? I've actually started mine now because I have family members who have their birthdays in November and December. So I have to start doing Christmas and birthday now, which is a bit much. Has anybody else started it? Has anybody else finished it? More to the point. Right, so these pieces here, so you need 3 in total. The mats are 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, and the pattern are 2.5 by 3.5. So you're gonna have 2 there, and you will have 1 there, but we need to stick this tab on first. So hold on with that one. We'll do these 2 first. But yeah, hi Beth. Is anybody almost done, Laurie? Well done. Congratulations. I think there should be a medal awarded to people who get it all done. Oh wow, Sandra, Christmas shopping done and wrapped. Wow, you definitely deserve a medal for that. Goodness gracious. I would love to be able to do that. And you've got 1 present left to go, Sally Joe. My, you guys are killing it. Literally winning at life, you guys are. God, I wish I suddenly realised, it's my brother's birthday today, and I suddenly realised like about 2 weeks ago, oh my days, it's his birthday. And then I've got my niece, one of my nieces, it's her birthday on Saturday, and then her sister is coming up in December, and then I've got a sister-in-law in December. I've got that many birthdays, family, for November and December. I think I counted in total from the end of October through to mid-January. I've got about 9 or 10 people's birthdays, which is just excessive. I'm sorry. Karen, you haven't even started. Good, I'm glad. I'm glad, it makes me feel better. Shelley, you've still got a few bits to buy, but mostly they're just the tricky ones to do. Yeah, but I have to say, if you're at this point in the year and you've got the tricky ones to do, then that's good, because you've got time at least. Time is on your side. Beth, you've done shopping. Okay, you're just not wrapped. Wow, you guys. I wish I could do that. I really do. But sadly, no. Sadly, no. It did occur to me the other day to maybe start writing Christmas cards, because I do like sending them out at the beginning of December. Otherwise, it just gets later and later, and then before you know it, it's Christmas, and it's, too late. So, yeah. So, Elaine, you've just got your hubby to buy for. Yeah, well, this is the problem I have. I have exactly the same problem. Exactly the same problem. I never know what to get. And I do ask, but I don't really get a reply, so it's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky, but it's fine. We get there in the end. We sort it out. Right, so we get to that bit there. So obviously, if you wanted a different patterns, you could, but I decided to go for all the same. And then we need to put this bit here on, but before we do that, let's put this bit on the front here, and then we'll go back to constructing. So on the front here, we need a mat piece that's 1 3/4 by 4 3/4, and a pattern piece that's 1.5 by 4.5. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that on there like that, and then I'm going to stick that on the front like that. Alison, well done, ladies. I have 1 present purchased for our daughter, and the standard order of food gifts for the kids-in-laws done, but stump for ideas for adult kids. Yeah, it depends on the adult child as well as to what they're into, what sorts of things they like. That's the thing. So that it does make it tricky. Pat, your birthday's on the 17th. I'm sure somebody is out shopping for you somewhere. I'm sure they are. I think as well, at least if you've got a birthday in November, you're not too close to Christmas. It's when your birthday gets closer to Christmas, it gets a bit tricky, and people just think, oh, 1 present, and that'll do for both. But actually, I think really you need 2. Everybody else has 2. I think you should have 2 too. Cindy, you haven't started yet. Yeah, well, don't worry. Join the rest of us who haven't started yet. Join the rest of us. Vicky, you only give gift vouchers or cash. Yeah, I have to say I'm heading down that road this year. I actually am, because I am struggling. Certain people I'm really struggling with. So I get why you would be down that road with the gift voucher and cash. Right, so now I'm going to put some red tape on here. It's just fallen off my desk. I don't know where it was. So I'm going to put some red tape on here. Could use glue. Be mindful as well, I'm realising now, about how thick your layers are. So I haven't on this one, and it's fitting quite chunky. This is actually fitting way more chunky than my other one. So just be aware of that, because obviously you've got like 1, 2, 3, 4 layers of base card, plus you've then got all those mats and those patterns. That's a lot of layers. So yeah, just be mindful of how thick your pieces are. I mean, you might want to just skip the matte layer and just have the pattern. So we're going to fold this over, and then we're just going to stick this straight down, and then we're going to stick this piece on. So let me stick this pattern down to this mat like this. What I thought might be quite nice is if you went for different papers. You had a paper here and a paper there, maybe the same as you got on the front or a different one. You could even have like dark, medium, light color wise. That could be quite good, like tonal. So there's lots of different things you could do this. The other thing as well that I was thinking of doing with the letters, but then wasn't brave enough to do, was if you wanted to partially cut, if you had a border die, you could maybe cut a border out of this and here. So you've got like, you know, maybe even step this up another level. You could do that maybe. Yes, Sandra, I have tried that new adhesive. In fact, it's what I used on this card. So, because I literally was rushing to get this done before the live stream today, and it was literally down to the last 5 minutes before the live stream went live that I finished this card. My days, I almost was going to come on without it finished. That's how tight it became. And so I was thinking, how am I going to stick my butterflies onto the vellum behind and then onto the card? Because I forgot to put double-sided behind here. I was struggling to get all the pieces of the butterfly. So I was like, let me use the B600 because it's really 6,000 even, because it's really quite quick drying. I know it's super strong. It's very fine nozzles. So it's perfect. So I've actually used it on here. So on the bodies, I've actually stuck it with B6000 onto the vellum. It seems to be fine. It hasn't damaged the vellum or anything. And then I've stuck it then on the back of the vellum and then onto the card itself. And the same with these. And even with, I know I used Yoo-hoo for these. But I think I used the B6000 for sticking this down as well, because I need it to overlap. So just that little section overlapped. So because that's really fine, I used that nozzle. Yeah, so I was actually really impressed with it. So I'm saving it for things like that where you got fine detail work. I've also discovered that even if, like, so for these with love letters, I'm probably going to use it for that, because I just need a little bit on the bottoms, and as long as you don't get it actually on the mirror side, as long as it stays on the other side, it doesn't damage, it doesn't come through the mirror. So that's it. So it's actually quite, yeah, I find it quite useful. Sally Joe, yeah, my son's paperback's not done too bad. He sold 3 so far. I think he was hoping for a bit more than that. But yeah, he sold 3 so far. I tried to get him last night to then make another one, like the skateboarding one. Somebody asked for a skateboarding one. He got so far through and then got bored and stopped. So hopefully he'll continue with that soon. I need him to, really. Yeah. So we just need more people to buy a few more of the Sports Mania. I think because it's quite heavy on ink. I think that was, I mean, for me, if I was, you know, the customer, it is quite heavy on ink. But I like it because I like the colours on it. But it is, as I said, it is quite heavy on ink. So, yeah. Hi, Sally. Alison, great idea of the partial die cut words on the layers. Yeah, I thought, you know, it could be quite good. So as you can see with this, you've really got quite a bit of scope. If you wanted to, you could even go with another step here. Do you mean like you could do a few different steps if you wanted to. You might be able to do other things. This also has given me other ideas for another card fold, so stay tuned for that one. Right, so I have cut all of these out. So what my thought was about having a few of them. Let me just have a little purple layer and a pink side. Oh, I've only got 2 pink. Okay, got a pale lilac there. I really did want to colour a bit more of these in, but all motivation left me, put it that way. I think I might have a couple there and then have a pink one on the back here, like that. And then I've got space up there for the, oh, actually I've got the with love, haven't I? So I need to get the with and the love in. So I was thinking the with could go here, like that. With, I might have to, I don't want to, and then love, I could possibly do here. Maybe we should have the with a bit lower, or should I have the with at the top? I don't know. Maybe I should have the with at the top and love at the bottom, maybe. With love? I don't know. Hi, Mickey. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm struggling today. My creative whatever is kind of abandoning me. And then I wanted some more. We need another pink at the bottom here. Maybe one there. Maybe one here. Could maybe do one underneath in there. Like that. I think maybe like that. I wasn't sure as well about the I don't know if I like the width at the top there. I don't know if I like the width, full stop. I don't know if the width's too big. Any ideas, anybody? I need help. my what's it? Motivation. My creativity is struggling today. So I quite like that a bit further up like that. I think I prefer it more like this. And then I can I could always stamp a little with instead. I might even have a little with. Or make it out of letters maybe. Mojo, that's the word. There we go. See? I can't even talk properly. That's how bad it's got. Yeah. Just wondering if I should put one in the back there as well. I quite like that because it kind of comes down, although I feel like that needs to be a bit further up. Like that. Just need to make sure it doesn't go over the edge. Yeah, I quite like that. That's good. And if I put a little width there, I think that could work. You like the width on the ledge. Do I have a scripty width? I don't know. Hi, Leslie. Yes, cool. You like the width on the ledge. Sally Joe, try with down the left side. I think a smaller width. I think what I might do is stick these flowers down because I like them where they are. I think I might stick these flowers down and then we'll sort out the width and the love because I don't want my flowers over the top of my letters anyway. So let's just stick these down one by one. See, I might have Anne. I might do, but I need to have a look because I'm not really. I don't really do stamps, as we have just discussed. And also, the other problem as well with me using stamps is I'm then going to have to die cut them out somehow, and yeah, just right. I'm going to have to kind of keep these into place. I need 3 pairs of hands here. Well, 3 hands, not 3 pairs. I mean, 3 pairs could be helpful, but let's stick that there like that. Move it up a tiny bit. If my head gets in the way, I apologise. Right, that's going there like that. Then next down is this one. This is going to need to be a bit further down, otherwise I've hardly got anything hanging onto that ledge. So I reckon if we go about there. So let me take this one out. Come on, behave yourself, Mr. Flower. Oh, you know what I might do for these? I have a feeling I think I'm going to put some. I think I'm going to use some silicone gel to stick these down with, because I feel like they kind of need to not all be just flat. And where you've got different layers, the silicone gel will just help to silicone glue, even whatever it's called, will just help to you know, squidge in the right places. So let's use some. This is Pin Flare. I think I've put a link for it down below in the description for this one. So that is that. So that's going to go, I'm going to go that way around, I think. I don't want them all the same way around. So let's put that in like that. And that way I can kind of have them flat down here, but sticking up slightly there. I use silicone glue, so that helps. Right, so then let's do this one. Just a little rectangle with the word. Oh, now, yes. I might be able to do that. I'll have to have a look. It's just my stamps. I've kind of, yeah. It takes a while. But I think that's what it needs. It does need a stamped with, like you say, on a rectangle. Okay, let's just turn this around, have it that way around, so it's again different to what I've got already. And then that's going to go in here, like that. Oh, excuse if my head's in the way, hopefully it's not. There we go, like that. Right, so now I'm going to do this one next, because I feel like I need to stick these down. In fact, I might have to stick these down, do that one last, and do the with in between while this is all drying. Because I just know, with my head where it's at the moment, I'm probably going to end up jogging things. So let's just stick that down there like that. Right, let's just, oh, now then. I think I might stick those two together first and then put them in. So, I just have visions of me putting this in the wrong place. But anyway, we will do what we can do. I think it's about there. So I've got none on my mat. Oh, I've got some on my mat. There's a surprise. Let's wipe that off. Oh, it's brightening up now. Oh, blue. Oh, I think Scunthorpe sunshine's coming our way. We've got a bit of sunshine now. So that's good. Right, let me just put a bit of glue at the bottom here. I'm not really sure exactly where I need it, but anyway, we'll just have to hope for the best, I think, for this one. Right. And just lift that up. It's going to go in there like that. Yeah, about there, I reckon. In fact, we can probably bring this out a little bit more. Oh, no, we can't because we've got glue there. So let's just leave that there. That is fine. Let's just hide that corner a little bit. Okay, that's cool. And then we've just got this one left to put in. So I think, where was it? About there. So it's literally going to be those tiny bits on the ends here. I will look at comments in a minute. I'm just really concentrating, as you can probably tell. Right. Lift that up. That's going to go in there. About there, I would say. Yeah, about there. Okay. I'm hoping I haven't got any glue in the wrong place. No, I don't think I have. Right, so that's that with that. Then we need the love down here. Do we think the silver Miri is the right card? Because I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the silver Miri is the right card to have it in. Right, sorry, let's look at comments for a second. Yes, please. Thank you, Beth. It does help me. Indeed, it does. Sally, you always have issues with the syringes blocking up. So what I do with the silicone gel is when I've finished, I leave a little tiny bit poking out. And then what happens is that then dries and makes like a stopper. So then when you come to use it, you just pull it very slowly out and it unblocks the whole thing. So everything that's dried comes out and then you're just left with the wet stuff behind. So that's what I use for that. You think I need another colour? Yeah, I do too. A black? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think a different colour. I don't think the love's showing up very well. That was me, best laid plans and all that. But I don't think that's showing up. What about the pale pink? Oh, what about I cut it out of black and then a pale pink and just offset it so it's like a black shadow? How about that for an idea? Oh, my grey cells are working. They've come back from the brink. Just as I thought. Back it in black. Yes, back in black. Yes. See, my brain cells are back. See, now, have I got... No, I haven't. I thought I had a with as part of this, but I haven't. I have to say, this You Give Me Strength. Today, we're getting rid of the you, and we're just having Give Me Strength. That's what we're having. Ah, dearie me. We have a laugh. Right, let me... Black with pale pink. Yes, I think black shadow with pale pink. I think that's doing it. Right, where's me love? There's me love. There's me love. Okay, so let me just free up the old die cutting machine over here. Just got stuff all over it. All right, let me stick me love down. And then my width. Oh, I know what I could use for my width. I could use one of those I could use the same pink that I used here maybe for this one. I've got like a pearlized pink because I've got those little sample card things from Paper Direct. They come in really handy for this sort of thing. Sorry if everything's swinging. I hope it's not. I'm just moving everything and I'm hoping everything's not swinging too bad. I need to find a way of making my camera, my phone, not hang from the ceiling. So I need to find a way of it actually being attached properly. But yeah, I don't know. Right, so there's the love in black. So let's cut it now out of a pinky, a pale pinky colour. Yeah, Sally, right, I have to say, I had problems. I used to use silicone glue, and I always struggled with it. And then someone told me about that tip, and I was like, oh, yes, that works. Right, I think that's a good colour. That powder pink pearlized card from Papermint. Oh, gosh, too many P's. Powder pink pearlized card from Paper Mill Direct. That's way too many P's. Let's go up this way. Like that. And I am, well, I was going to put double-sided behind, but I'm now thinking I might end up using either that 6000 glue stuff or silicone glue, potentially. So I think we will do that. Right, let me put this away. And let's cut this out. I think this is going to be it. This pink is really nice. And it's very similar to the pink of those flowers. I quite like the black and white non-coloured in flower, just with the middle flower done. It almost looks kind of cartoony. But I quite like it. It's kind of, it's a bit different. It's not, you know, it does sort of look a bit unfinished to me. But then, yeah. The other option is it's not happening. I haven't got time to colour it all in. I really don't. So I think like that. Oh, yes. Yes, we like that. Well, I like it. So I'm saying we. The royal we. I like that. You got to run, Laurie. Okie doke, no problem. Have fun on your school thing. Right, let me use... I'm going to use tacky glue, I think, for this. Don't know if I should use tacky glue or not. Yeah, we'll go tacky glue because we're sticking card to card. We're not really, you know. So let me use tacky glue. I feel like I need to refill this. There we go. Let's just dot around down the centre. Could do lines, but I'm going to dot. There we go. And then we're going to try and get the pin back into the nozzle. Oh, that went in that time. Usually I spend about 5 minutes just trying to get that back in again. Okay, Sandra. Cool. See you next time. Right, let me stick that on there like that. There we go. Oh, yes. That is perfect. That's what we want. And then that, oh, that's nice. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I'm glad I reconsidered the holographic because the holographic just wasn't doing it for me. I thought it was going to work, and then when I cut it, I was like, maybe not. Right, let's stick the love down, and then we can work out what we're doing with the width. So let me just stick. Now I'm going to use silicone glue for this because again I want it sort of raised up, but I don't want it like lots raised up. Okay, ooh, let's turn this over. I need to be careful because that's still kind of wet, that the background is. So the love's going to go there, like that. Oh yes, like that. And I quite like the way there's a little flower in the middle of the O. Completely unplanned, but I quite like that. Right, so now we need to find the width. Right, bear with me, everybody. Thank you, Pat. Yes, it's. Well, I just think there's quite a lot you could do. You could really tweak this fold There's a lot of tweaking that could be done. Right, I've got to find a with now. Bear with, bear with, while I look through my stamps, just for a with. This could take some time. So talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. I've got a with there. That's a bit of a messy with. I need a decent with. I'm wondering if I've got a just don't like that. I'm just rambling on to myself. Please talk about yourselves in the comments there. Thank you, Mickey. Yeah, I like the offset shadowing. I think that works. This is going to take a while. Oh, there's a with. There's a small with there. With love from me to you. It is small, but that possibilities. Maybe. What have I got here? It's a little bit on that. I'd probably like it a little bit bigger than that, but I think we need to just have a keep looking just for now. See what else we got. What have I got here? Let's have a look. I'm afraid you can't see my stamps because I've got it on my lap, so there's a with there, but it's too small. No, no, nobody, nope. Nobody, nope. Nothing so far. It's jumping out at me. No, nothing there. Nope, nothing there. Not very successful so far. That is the best looking with we've got so far. See, I've got widths, but they're all tiny. They're all tiny widths. That's tiny as well. Like super tiny. Not just a little bit tiny. Super tiny. There's another width, but again, it's quite small. I think that's going to be too small. Where's that width again? That width, yeah, that width's probably the biggest width. Yeah, it is the decorating that is the challenge, I have to say. It's definitely the decorating that's the challenge. I really struggled with the sample card, but I think it's just because of having to add loads of, like, you know, butterflies and flowers and having to get them all and getting the right colours, and so for me that's a bit of a battle. If I've got all like loads of flowers or like embellishments that come with the papers or whatever, then I find that a bit easier. But yeah, I did struggle a little bit, it has to be said. Wish. Keep finding lots of wish, but not with. No, that's not got with. Okay, I think this with that I've got on the desk is the only with that I have. The other widths are too small, or they say wish, which is no good. So the only other option is we do a die cut and then thingy bob around it. Yeah, I think maybe a die is where we're headed. And we could always do the die in the pink with the, well, no, we could do it with black on white. I don't know if that would work with it. Maybe we need to do I don't know. I don't know. Started the sentence and got stuck. Right. Let me have a look. See what I've got in the way of dies. My butterflies are everywhere because I literally just threw them back into place in a panic because I was trying to get ready for the live stream. Just bear with while I just try and sort these out. I think that belongs with that one and that one. Right, let's put that one back in. There's no with on here. No, no with there. Okay. Sending. Now you're asking for things now, aren't you? Sending. That's even what I've definitely not got a stamp with sending. Well, I might have one with sending, but I've no idea. Again, I think I'm going to struggle with gosh, you see my brain's not working today. I'm going to struggle with thinking is what I'm going to struggle with. No, I'm going to struggle with trying to find a stamp. And the idea of going back through that folder again doesn't fill me with glee. Oh, I've got... what about these? I'm not sure. I've got these honeycomb. I'm just thinking I've got a honeycomb pattern on the back. I've got these letters. Could I do a with in pink and then put black on the back and just cut and make it one piece? That's winning. That is winning in my mind. That is winning. That is winning. Dark purple. Yes. I could do it in dark purple. What do we think? I think this could work, you know. I think this possibly could work. I mean, it might not, but I think it could. I've left all these stuck together because I didn't want them all flying around. But I'm now wondering whether I'm going to have to break them up. No, I'll just cut out little squares, I think. That's a bit of a faff, but I think that's going to be the best way to go about it. So I've got my powder pink pearlized card again. I could go with I could go white on black. I just don't know if it's going to disappear in. Right, we're just going to try it and see. I think we're just going to go for it, and if it doesn't work with the pink, see, I'm thinking the same colour, it might blend a bit too much, mightn't it? So maybe we need to go with a white with a black background. And if we go pearlized white, like that kind of thing, because that's kind of got a, yeah, I'm thinking maybe maybe a purple. I'm just not sure the purple against the black would work. But I've got this glazed pink pearlized card. That on black for the width might work. Might do that. Might try that. The only other thing I've got, see, the orchid pearlized would have been good, but I don't think I've got enough there. Oh, it's all got a thing on the back of it though. It's all got tape on the back of it. Maybe we will go with the orchid one. Oh, yeah, no, I quite like the orchid one. Let's go orchid. Right, let me just take this off because the chances are I'm going to completely use up every last piece of this. So I think this one. I'm going orchid. Orchid pearlized card. It already has tape on the back from where I've used it previously. So I think this is the one for me. Because then I'm going to think about sticking it, how I'm going to stick it down. And I'm going to have to, I think I'm going to have to break up my alphabet, which I didn't want to do, but I think I'm going to have to. Oops. Right, there's a W. Let's stick that on there like that and tape it into place. Take that into place there. It's always the decorating that takes the time, isn't it? We're whizzing along at great speed and then all of a sudden we come to an enormous stop as we struggle with decorating. It's always the way. Always the way. I will be taking the burrs off this, don't worry. Off the edge of these dies. I will be doing that, but just not now. There's the W, there's the T. We need a H and an I. An H is on the end. That's very convenient. Thank you for being on the end. And the I is next door. So again, very convenient. Right, oops. Let's put that back into place. Like that. There's the I. OP, that needs to go there. Right, and there's the I. So let's cut these out. I'm going to stick them down because I know what'll end up happening if I don't. There we go. Right, let me run that through. Hopefully it'll cut in my little die cutting machine. Apologies for the sunshine coming through, but I'm, you know, we had such a dingy dark morning that actually I'm quite glad to see the sunshine. I hope I'm not shaking the camera too much. No, not too bad, that's good. Right, there we go. Has it cut through? Not entirely. Right, let's turn it over. Put it through again. Yeah, it will. It will make the card unique. It just takes quite a bit of time. This is one of those that, as one of my craft ladies would say, you're not going to make 10 dozen of these. I'm going to make 10 dozen of these. No, I'm definitely not going to. I mean, I would make 10 dozen of the card, but not decorating it like this. I'd find an easier way to decorate. Because decoration-wise, it's a bit long. Right, let's take that off. Is that cut? Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so that's that. And then we just need to get a bit of black. I did have some black card here. Here's a black piece. Hopefully that's long enough. W-I-T-H. Yes, it is long enough. Good. Right, let's just take all this off. There we go. So you could have done sending like this with these little letters. But anywho, so these ones are from Coca Rosa, in case you're interested. And these, again, if you use my code, you'll get 20% off. Iced images. No, it's iced 20 for Coca Rosa. Iced 20. Right, I'm gonna. Oh, hello. Oh, okay. I was like, what's sticking to my finger? It's the piece of card you're trying to peel the backing off. Right, so I'm going to leave a gap on the side and I'm going to raise it up a little bit because I'm not quite sure exactly how much space I'm going to need below. And I've got these little letters as well. I've actually got the actual letters. Oh, come on. Stuck to the pin. There's my eye. I think I'm going to leave a little gap between each of the tiles as well. I think. Right, do I want them right up against each other like that? Or do I want a little gap? What do we think? I think right up against. Oh, I don't know. Do we think right up against or with a little gap? What do we think? So that's it with a gap. Or right up, I think right up against, actually. I think right up against. I'm going with right up against just because I think it's going to make it look more like a word. You can leave a tiny gap. No, it needs to be next to each other. It needs to be next to each other, otherwise it looks like they're falling out. So let's go with the... Oh, you want a little gap? Okay. You think a little gap. Oh, it's too late. It's too late. I've stuck it down. And we've gone with no gap. So I'm afraid I got there too late. Right. I'm going with the no gap. I can see why you thought you said gap. I'm now thinking I should have done a gap. It's tough bananas. The letters in pink. Yeah, maybe. Would they disappear though if I did them in pink? I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. Come on, backing. Off you come. That's it. Off you come. Off you come. There we go. Right, there's me H. Let me turn it round because I think that's the right way up. Like that. And then we just need to fussy cut. Dark pink letters. Yeah, dark pink I could see. This is where I try and get them so they're the right way around. That one's not quite as that line there is not perfect. That's better. You have to talk amongst yourselves for this bit because I can't talk and cut at the same time. It's too much for my brain. There we go. This is one of those times when you think something like a cricket or something would be a good idea. Right. Oh dear. Oh, these lines aren't the best. Anyway. And we'll look at the comments in a moment. Don't take my eyes off this right now. There we go. Oh, it's a bit wonky, but anyway. It's quite big. Probably over this side so we don't lose. I think it's too big. After all of that. You like the no gap. Okay, well at least you like that. I'm glad you like it. You don't like to fussy cut. No, me neither. Me neither. Fussy cutting is not fun. Not fun at all. Okay, I feel like that's too big. So, with that in mind, what about, I'm going to give you a second option here because I'm not loving that. That's to be said. In fact, I might not love this either. But anyway, let me just peel these off and then hope for the best. I just thought the black would make them pop, which it does. I don't know. I don't quite know why I don't like it. Keep the letters and put them on the black. I've just lost my tea. Where's my tea gone? Oh, yeah, where's my tea gone? I've literally just had a tea and it's disappeared. Where's my tea gone? Oh, there it is. It's there. Just trying to escape. No escape for you, Mr. T. There we go. Try the stamp. I know, quite. I have still got it out. I haven't put it away. Oh dear. Deary, deary me. Honestly, this is why it takes me so long. It's things like this, like the actual doing the fold, happy days. And I think this is why I don't do stamping, because there's too many decisions that need to be made. Like at least with, you know, doing folds, all you got to do is work out what your pattern papers are, which does take time, admittedly. But then, you know, you're just good to go, really, aren't you? You're kind of off and away. I'm going to stick that there. I know this is where they're not supposed to go, but it's fine, whatever. I'm just going to go there. Can't be bothered. Right, let me stick this back in here. Oh, dearie, dearie me. What a shambles. Right, I've got a width here. So I'm wondering whether that might be better. I don't know if it is. Right, trying to cut down there. Keep it straight. Is that straight? Nope, that's not straight. Okay, so that's option 1. Not sure about that. This is option 2. I think I prefer that width. I think I prefer that width there, actually. What do we think? Use the whole word stamp with the big love as a repeat. With love, 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 love. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. I'm happy with that. That works for me. I'll keep the width. We'll use it another day. We will use it another day. Right, let's do that. And I'm going to stick just one little line of I'm going to stick one little line of red tape just along that bottom edge. I could use wet glue, but I'm going to go tape because I want it to stick straight away. I don't want to be faffing around. We've done enough faffing today. Oh, hello. We have done enough faffing today. Yeah, I was thinking about, well, what I was going to do with the stamp was I was going to just mask it with a bit of washi tape. So you mask off the love, so you've only got the width. That's what I was thinking. But I think this is winning for me right now. There we go. That's winning. That's winning. The only other thing I wanted to do was I really wanted to put little gems just in the middle of all my flowers. that was the only thing I wanted to do next, which is my last thing, and then I promise we're done. Either gems or pearls, but I think probably gems. Yeah, I feel like it needs a bit of sparkle. Needs a bit of bling-a-ling-a-ling. And for this, I am going to use my Be What's in my Jig Jogs 6000, because I think that, in fact, I'm using a gem picker as well, because my gem picker is really good for things like this. Apologies for the sunshine. I hope it's not getting in too much of the way. It is sort of, let me draw this. I don't want to block the sunshine out, but it is affecting my desk. Let me do that, and let me put this one on, put my fake sunshine on instead. There we go. Right, I can't see very well, but anyway. I think we'll go with silver in the middle. Do we go silver in the middle? Do we go, what should we go for in the middle of the flowers? Silver, I'm thinking silver. Yeah, I think silver. I feel like it needs a neutral colour. So let's try and go silver. I did it! We got there in the end. Let's go silver. Don't need many. They are so tiny. Right. Let's stick this. Oh, that was a bit much. Oh. Oh. One thing you have to be careful of with this glue is the string. You do end up with a string. And that one that's hidden behind I'll do in a minute. But yeah, we just get that off there. I do struggle also putting the top back on this. It's got a little pin. Right, let's use our gem picker. Pick up and stick down. Oh, come on. That's it. You go there. And you go over here. And try not to get my sleeve in the middle. There we go. One there. In the middle. Can you please turn over, Mr. Gem? There we go. Going over there. Oh. There we go. And then we just need that one behind. That one there. No problem, Pat. Thank you all for helping me out, because I just struggle. Especially when I'm on my own. I've got to make decisions. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Right, have I got one behind? No, that's it. That's the last one. Right, let me just hold this. Put this back in. I've got to be quick because it dries quite quickly. This does. This is 6000. And then grab another pearly thing. Is that one the right way up? Yes, it is. Good. Come here, Mr. Pearl. Not Mr. Pearl, Mr. Gem. You're going in there. There, that's better. It just needed a few little gemmy things. Yeah, I'm happy with that. We got there in the end. So there you go. And obviously you've got, so if you wanted to, you could write stuff in here. But obviously I've done it so you've got space on the back to write. Ah, and breathe. And breathe. Right, let's put these back in here. Like that. Swizzle this round. Like that. And then, oh, just clear up the clutter that we have. Move this. Oh gosh, that's one thing you have to be careful of with your thing, that you don't end up with it too much of it coming out. You only want a little bit. But yeah, right, let's put that out of the way. And then let us just tidy the desk up a little bit. And we're done. Hurrah! We made it to the end. We're all alive still. Oh, my days. Right. I know I have to talk to them. They're very naughty otherwise. They just do what they want. I talk to most of my crafting supplies, if I'm honest. I talk to most of my crafting supplies. I have to stay partially sane. Zig Zag V-Fold, indeed. That's what we're going to call it, Zig Zag V-Fold. I think that is it. That's the one that sums it up the best. Right, let me move these down, move that across. There we go. So yeah, go and check out the Craft Stash website. Go and check out those that pack. It's a mental health pack, but my mental health almost disappeared then. Not because of the pack, just because of, yeah. I've got a ladybird in my craft room. Just seen a ladybird. Oh, two. Just seen two ladybirds. No, one's inside the glass and one's outside. How very interesting. Sorry, anyway, a bit of a tangent there. Right, so there you go. Yeah, try it for yourself, because then you'll see the actual, you know, like the dimensions you get. Because on camera you just can't see it. It's very annoying. And that was one thing why I almost made it so these bits were slightly less, but then I was like, no, because I quite like the length. So yeah, have a little play anyway. Have a play and see. Sorry, Sally Joe. I just, yeah, too many F's. Too many F's and too much, yeah, can't do it. Can't do it. That's fascinating. I'm just fascinated by the fact I've got a ladybird outside the glass and then a ladybird inside on my net curtain. I reckon they're talking to each other, you know. I reckon they're just like, where are you, Joan? I'm coming, Billy, I'm coming. Anyway, so it's just me losing my mind. Right, here we go. So there's number 1. Heat embossed. There's number 1. And then there is number 2. I actually quite like number 2. Very nice. Very nice. Right then. So you will have a video as normal on Friday. You'll also have one on Sunday. And then next week, there'll be a video either live or pre-recorded every single day from Monday the 20th through till the 1st of December, which I believe is a Friday, possibly. But yeah. So 12 weeks of Christmas, 12 days of Christmas starting on the 20th of November. As I said, either pre-record or live. Tuesday will definitely be live. The other days, I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, have a good week, everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye, everyone. Bye.